It looks like Josh Symonds MP has decided to stand aside in his seat for Makerfield in order to let Andy Burnham run in that seat. He says in a tweet just released, "For decades, Westminster has overseen the managed decline of towns like mine. We've talked big, then acted small, stuck in a politics of incrementalism that cannot meet the moment. We have lost the trust of those our party was built to serve. It is my unwavering belief that nothing short of urgent, radical, courageous reform will make a difference. That must start with a change in leadership." He says, "Today I'm putting the people I represent and the country I love first, and I will be resigning as MP for Makerfield. I am standing aside so Andy Burnham can return to his home, fight to re-enter Parliament, and if elected, drive the change our country is crying out for." He says, "It's not been an easy decision. It's my family's home." But he says we must make choices. And in recent days, I found myself with a difficult one: defend the status quo or step forward and act. I have made my choice. He says, "This is the fight. I believe Andy is the one to lead it." So breaking news there. Josh Symonds is standing down as MP for Makerfield in order to make way for Andy Burnham. Labour has a 5,400 majority there. It's been a Labour-held seat since its creation in 1983.
Yeah, I think it's Makerfield, is it?
Makerfield, sorry.
Well, this is precisely what we were just talking about. And Andy Burnham has found his constituency. So, what happens now, do you think?
Well, I think that there's now a question about... So I'm just reading it, Mark. I'm just processing the news here. Look, where have we got to? Josh Symonds from Makerfield is standing down in order to let Andy Burnham run in the seat. For days, we've been told that Andy Burnham had found a way back into Parliament. Now the question is about the National Executive Committee. The first thing is Andy Burnham will have to get approval to be able to stand in that by-election. The Gorton and Denton by-election, he was blocked, but that was at a time where Keir Starmer and his team had a much stronger hold on the NEC. That's the ruling body of the Labour Party, and they had a big hold on that, on the NEC. And I just think it's going to be really difficult for. I think it's going to be really difficult for Keir Starmer to block Andy Burnham from coming back into Parliament, not least because I don't know if he'll have the support on the NEC to do that. So it looks like we'll have to see, Mark, but that will be the next stage. But this really... Look, the starting gun is shot now. I mean, you've got Wes Streeting resigning. He clearly wants to run. He's called the Prime Minister to set out a timetable. And now you've got a few hours after that, 4 hours later, you've got an MP resigning in order to allow to get Andy Burnham back into Parliament. And once Andy Burnham's in Parliament, I think a leadership race begins. I think what might happen is, depending on the timing of this by-election, it could be that race begins and maybe is concluded by Labour Party conference at the end of September. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself because we don't know what's going to happen.
But this makes it more likely that this whole process will be put back and to allow Andy Burnham now.
Well, it has. I mean, there isn't. But the point is, Mark, there isn't a process at the moment because although Wes Streeting resigned, he did not trigger a leadership race. Now, there was a question about whether he didn't trigger it because he thought it was better not to trigger it and have a discussion in the party, or he wants the Prime Minister to lead that process. That's what he argued in the letter. Then there was another school of thought that said, well, he's not triggering it because he hasn't got the numbers to actually fire the gun on it. But a few hours after he resigned, we now know that Andy Burnham has found a way, subject to the NEC, the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party, approving it, that he can come back into Parliament, and at that point given the mood of the party, 90 MPs saying that Keir Starmer needs to stand down. He's had a cabinet resignation, 4 ministerial resignations. You can see that the mood in the party will be to trigger a race. MPs could even organise around one candidate to kick the race off.